Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Korean Fluency Journey. So in today's video, we will be continuing talking about the honorifics in the Korean language. So if you remember, we've talked about the honoring the subject of the sentence in our previous video. So in today's video, I want to explain some special words that are used to express honorifics. So we talked about the she ending, right? Attaching she to the verb or to the adjective to express or to show the respect to the elder or to a person who is higher than you, and that because the subject of the sentence is a person who is older, right? So but today I have some special words that are used in the Korean to express the honorifics. So um, this is part 2 of the Korean honorifics. Let's get started. So what are those words? So these are the words that are used to express the honorifics in Korean. So this is the neutral form that you can use for other people. And this is the honorific form, and this is the translation. So if you look at this table, so we have the first word here, word 있다, right? And the honorific form will be 계시다. So the translation is to be somewhere, to be present, or to exist. Like when we say, he is in the room, or my father is in hospital, right? So here, 있다 equals to the meaning of the to be somewhere, to exist, or to be present. And the second word is 자다. So that will be 주무시다. So when the subject of the sentence is a person to how to say higher, older than you, and the verb ends with 자다. So most people use like 자시다, but this is a wrong form. So instead of 자시다, you should say 주무시다, and that means to sleep. The third word is 먹다, so that is to eat. And a lot of like Korean learners, me myself, when I was learning it for the first time, I tried and I always wanted to say 먹으시다, 먹으셨어요, or 먹으세요. So, but that's also incorrect. So it would be correct to say 드시다, 드셨어요, 드시다, 드세요. So to eat. And next one is 아프다. So when we want to say someone who's older, higher than you is ill or sick, you have to use 괜찮으시다. So 괜찮으세요 or 괜찮으셔요. So both forms are fine, and that is to be ill or to be sick. And the last one is 죽다. 죽다. So that means to die or to pass away. And the honorific form of 죽다 means 돌아가시다. 돌아가시다. So 돌아가셨어요 or 돌아가셨습니까? So these are the honorific form 돌아가시다. So you can't say 죽으시다, 죽으셨어요, but instead of that you have to use 돌아가시다, 돌아가셨어요. So that's, yeah, I understand that the first rule was just to attaching the she, right, to the verb or to the adjective, but these are some exceptions. So even if you do not attach, so most people 자시다, 먹으시다, 아프시다, 죽으시다. So according to the rule, that it should be like that, but there are some exceptions. So you have to say 계시다, 주무시다, 드시다, 괜찮으시다, and 돌아가시다. And here I have some examples of using those words in the sentence. The first sentence is 친구가 방에 있어요. 친구가 방에 있어요. So my friend is in the room, right? And this is, we're not using honorific form because the subject is my friend. So we don't have to do that. And the sentence next to it is 어머님이 방에 계세요. You don't say 있으세요, but you should say 어머님이 방에 계세요, because the subject is 어머님. My mother is in the room. That's why we use 계세요. The second sentence, 아이가 자요. 아이가 자요. So a child is sleeping, a child sleeps, and the second one is 할머님께서, or you can use 할머님이 주무세요. 할머님이 주무세요. So you can say 할머님이 자세요. You should say 할머님이 주무세요 or 할머님께서 주무세요. Actually, there are some people who use 주무셔요. For both forms, 주무세요 and 주무셔요 are the same. So I've checked it today. I actually prefer using this one, 주무세요, than 주무셔요. So I double checked the dictionary, Korean dictionary today, and they said that both forms are fine and correct. So that depends on person. So if you prefer using this one, you can use it. If you prefer shoyo, that's also fine. So the third sentence, 저녁에 치킨 먹었어요. So that means I had chicken for dinner, right? And the sentence, 아빠가 저녁에 치킨 드셨어요. 아빠가 저녁에 치킨 드셨어요. So that means my father had chicken for dinner, right? The subject is my father, 아빠가. So that's why we say not 먹으셨어요, but we say 드셨어요. Sentence number 4, 저 요즘 마음이 너무 아파요. 저 요즘 마음이 너무 아파요. So, how to say? I don't know even how to translate this sentence because 마음이 아프다 is like have a lot of stress, have a lot of worries, like so. And the second is 엄마가 요즘 괜찮으세요. 엄마가 요즘 괜찮으세요. So that means my mom is ill these days. So we don't say 아프세요, we say 괜찮으세요 because that's the, how to say, the honorific form, right? But there are some people who use the 아프세요, 엄마가 아프세요. That's also fine, but if you take from the grammatical point of view, that should be 괜찮으세요. 엄마가 요즘 괜찮으세요. But even if you say 아프세요, that will not be a big mistake. So that's also fine. There are people using that like that. So 엄마가 요즘 괜찮으세요. And number 5, 강아지가 교통사고로 죽었어요. 강아지가 교통사고로 죽었어요. So my dog died because of how to say, accident, right? 강아지가 죽었어요. We say 죽었어요 because 강아지, this is how to say, dog, puppet. So this is not someone who you should respect, right? Or use honorific form. That's why we just use the neutral form 죽었어요. And this sentence, 할아버지가 작년에 교통사고로 돌아가셨어요. 할아버지가 작년에 교통사고로 돌아가셨어요. So my father, my grandfather died because of accident last year. So, or you can say 할아버지께서 작년에 교통사고로 돌아가셨어요. Both forms are fine, but the most important thing here is using the word 돌아가셨어요 instead of using the 죽으셨어요 or 죽었어요. So yeah, these are the examples how these words are used in the context, right? So whenever you have to use honorific form with this sentence, with these words, you can always refer to this simple sentence. So yeah, if you have your own sentence, you can also make up like similar to these ones so that you can better understand and better, how to say, remember how that works. It's not difficult, but it's a bit like confusing sometimes. And for more information, I have one thing to explain here. The word 있다 has actually two meanings. So if you open the dictionary and check the meaning of this word, it has two meanings. The first one is, as I mentioned before, is to be somewhere or to exist and to be present. So like 방에 있어요. So he's in the room, she's in the room, like to be somewhere, right? To be present. I'm in the class. You can like this kind of sentence. And the second meaning is to have or to possess, to own something, right? Like in the sentence, 돈이 있어요. I have money. I've got money, right? 돈이 있어요. So, and most people like ask how to use the honorific form of 있다 in the second meaning, like to have. Should we use like 계시다? But it's not the same with 계시다 because the 계시다 is for the first meaning, to be somewhere, right? 어머님이 병원에 계세요. So my mom is at hospital, or I am in the hospital. 저는 병원에 있어요. But the second meaning 돈이 있어요. So it should be 있으시다. So instead of 계세요, you will use 있으시다. So the example sentence here, 선생님께서 큰 집이 있으세요. So 선생님께서 큰 집이 있으세요. That means the teacher has got a big house. The teacher has a big house. So here, the word 있다 is in the meaning of to have, right? So it's not used in the meaning as like to be somewhere, right? So that's why you should say 선생님께서 큰 집이 있으세요 instead of 선생님께서 큰 집이 계세요. So yeah, that's all that I have for today's lesson, or how to say video, right? And actually it's a big topic, so there are a lot of like nuances that you can learn, but I'm explaining just some general things about the honorifics in Korean. And actually you can find a lot of information on the internet. And I hope that you will find this helpful. And I'm going to make other videos about this topic because I want to explain it. I had a lot of difficulties, hard time learning this, and this will be a very good revision for me as well to refresh those that kind of information knowledge that I had already learned and internalized. So knowing something is different from actually using and internalizing. So all those kind of grammar rules in Korean, you might know like perfectly, right? How to use the situations, the rules of that grammar expression. But using and internalizing those rules is more important than just memorizing or knowing, because I've myself, how to say, was a very passive learner. So I was always memorizing those grammar rules, grammar structures, but I couldn't use it at all in my speech, in my speaking. So that was like useless. And I came to understand that it's more important to internalize, to make those like grammar rules like your own. So you know how to use, you might forget some rules, grammar rules, you might not remember the situations where you should use those rules, but you already know, you have the feelings, so how to use them correctly, right? So that should be your, like, how to say, ultimate goal in language learning, not only Korean but other language as well. So that's what I have understand recently in my journey, let's say. So yeah, I hope to see you in my next videos. Hope you can practice at home, and good luck in your journey, and see you in my next videos. Bye bye, take care, stay safe.